Welcome to the Fresh Start podcast with Aaron and Chloe.
Here's some of our favourite moments from the week.
I've got this dilemma now. So the older two have their phones. It's easy to contact them. Everyone's always running around all these different sports. But I've got this youngest one now, and she's the only one without a phone.
So, but she's below the age.
She's below the age. So she has asked, I know I'm not allowed to have a phone that's smart, right? So no apps or anything like that. But she has asked, can she have what we call a dumb phone?
Yeah.
Which is where it literally can just text and call. Yep. Because we go to the shops and she's like, oh, I want to duck into Kmart. And I'm like, well, I'm going to the supermarket. And it's this whole palaver of like at 2:03, meet me at the service desk. You know, it's just like quite like I don't feel as comfortable kind of sending her off on her own way, but I like my kids to have independence. So it's this tricky thing of like, I don't want her to have a phone. I definitely don't want her to have the apps. 100%. That's like not even on the table. But do I get her a dumb phone?
What have you done smartphones for the older ones?
Yeah.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because I do know a lot of parents have said like, you know, oh, well, if it is just for emergency contacts, get a dumb phone. But then what the kids are facing is that pressure of as soon as one parent allows a kid to have a smartphone, the whole circle of friends feels like they're missing out, even if it's just one kid.
Oh, yeah. I love this one that has come in. It said, as late as possible for getting a phone. This is answering the question, when should a person get their first phone? She says, our oldest two both got one in year 6 in circumstances beyond our control. And that is the thing. You know, when you don't have 100% say on what's going on in your kids' life.
Especially if kids, you know, in split households and things like that.
Yeah, that's right. But those phones that they got in year 6 changed our family dynamic so much, and if I could get rid of them, I would. There's no convenience of them having a phone that outweighs the family connection and time. And not only that, but I find myself constantly praying over the algorithm that it will be directed by the Holy Spirit. Don't do it. It's a trap. Yeah, when they're young, I mean, there is a lot to consider. There's a lot of women out there who have spouses who it feels like you want to get a conversation going, you want to talk things through, but there's this, I'm just going to say, stereotype of men shutting down.
Absolutely. The stereotype is real because it happens a lot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We need to be free. We need to be open. We need to be okay and safe to be vulnerable, to share the issue. So if he feels like, I'm just going to be the bad guy again, this is all that's going to come back, and I'm going to have to do the work to fix the issue because it's always going to be me. He's going to just keep shutting down.
Something my wife and I sort of introduced in our marriage was dealing with this, because we had a lot of this kind of issue early on in our marriage where I was like that. I'm like, I'm an external processor. I know I've got a feeling. I don't know what it is. So I know the moment that I express it, I don't have a clear answer to what's going on. There is a chance at the end of this, it'll like, you know, in the back and forth that I'll be like, oh, I'm wrong about this or whatever. So I used to shut down a lot and just avoid it and kind of be like, oh, whatever, I'll make sure my wife's happy kind of thing. But we developed the
happy wife, happy life,
exactly,
right? Yeah, and that doesn't work.
Yeah,
anyway,
it doesn't work.
Don't get me started.
One of the things we introduced is this idea of there are no wrong emotions or no wrong feelings, as in let's talk it through and explore why someone's feeling the way it is. But basically it's like when you say I'm feeling this, what we're both recognizing is it's a feeling, whether or not it's a reality, and actually that's okay. Like give your partner space to express those things rather than feeling like you have to answer the problem or shut it down because you think they're wrong.
Like I love that, because you're giving your partner space to just express themselves without it being completely accurate and completely like, well, you've processed this completely and this is my finished, complete thought.
Yeah.
You know, like, actually, no, this is how I'm feeling and blah, 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 blah. And that's okay. The mess is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for it to get a little bit messy in the middle. We're trying to work it out together.
It's okay to be a little messy. In fact, maybe we need a bit more mess to get to the other side. I think that all all of us have been through times in our life where it feels like the darkness is too heavy and that there's just no light at the end that you can kind of grasp onto. Well, we have an encouraging story this morning. We've got Mr. Michael Crossland in the studio.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning. So wonderful to be here. Good morning, Newcastle.
I love to hear how people have gotten through these crazy trials. Michael, I know that faith is a part of your life now, but has that always been the case?
It's been a roller coaster. And it took me, even 2010, like I was telling everyone before about hitting rock bottom and not wanting to be here anymore, I started to speak to God again. I started to ask for help again. And I'm like, why is it that when times get tough, we lean in and ask for help, but when times are easy, we think we can do it all on our own? So when I say that it's been this like roller coaster, that's very much what it was. And then all of a sudden the speaking career took off, and I was, speaking in front of 15,000 people in Vegas. And I was like, man, this is amazing. I'm back. I'm on my own 2 feet and I can do it all myself. And then diagnosed in 2016, I was really scared of dying. And I think I was scared of dying because I didn't know where I was going. And that uncertainty really crippled me. And I think off the back of that, there was this tease of like, hey, you've had some sort of a relationship with God, but you've never really ultimately surrendered. And then when our son was born and he was so unwell, I remember just yelling in church that I hadn't been to forever, saying, God, you take my house, take my car, take everything I own, but please don't take my little boy. I just remember just finally realizing what was important. And, when he allowed us to take our sweet little boy home was just this moment of such great joy and freedom and peace. And then 2020, I got lost again in this world of COVID and being in lockdown for 11 months because of my immune system. And I questioned my why, and I questioned why I was doing what I was doing. And then when I was diagnosed again in 2022, I think it was the first time where I really ultimately just completely surrendered. There was moments of relationships and conversations, but I spoke to God when I needed something, when I wanted something, but that's not a true relationship with God, because that's just a one-way street. I just want to take and take and take and not have the conversation. And it really, I think, took me, like I was saying, in 2022, when I remember so clearly I was going to the airport with my 2 kids and my wife, and I was flying to Sydney for this operation that I may never come home from. And I visualized the night before what it was going to be like, and there was going to be lots of tears and lots of emotion, and I was going to hug my kids because my kids thought that I was going away for work. And I could only I can only imagine how they were trying to understand why Daddy was so upset at the airport, considering he was just going away for a week to do a heap of talks. And then I prayed and prayed and prayed that night for peace. And I got to the airport with my 2 kids and I gave them a big hug. And I just said with such confidence and peace and grace that I'll see you next week. And there was no doubt. There was no worry. There was no fear. There was no uncertainty. And I realized at that moment, wow, this is what true surrendering feels like. And I just had to let go.
Now, I have made a lot of good-natured fun of park runners over the years, because of that idea that once you're in, you don't leave. You are hooked forever. And even if you don't attend, the guilt that weighs on you because you know what you should be doing on Saturday morning.
Even though I don't think I've done a park run in maybe 4 years, maybe I might have been a bit less than that, but it's at least been a few years since I've done.
And then you go,
I'm a lapsed park runner.
You're a lapsed park runner. And it's I think it's a big commitment getting up early on a Saturday morning and doing it. It's very healthy and all that. Anyway, so I went and did my first one and I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
So I turn up. Firstly, there are so many cars. I'm like, this is where the whole of my town is at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I thought everybody else was enjoying and eating a late breakfast in bed. No, they're all at the local running circuit. It blew my mind the sheer amount of people committing themselves to this.
Yeah, and if you don't get there early enough, you're not just running 5Ks, you're running whatever distance you have to park away from the start line.
Yeah, because we had to go up a hill and go miles away just to voluntarily join a crowded circuit. Okay, so we get there. I've taken young people who they do it regularly, and I'm just like the substitute driver. I had to do it so that everybody could go. So I turn up. Couldn't get a park, had to park away. They leave me. I'm left on my own. So I'm new to parkrun.
Yeah.
Little old me. Aww. Feeling all like I don't belong in this world. But the vibe, Aaron, the vibe is so friendly.
Oh.
It's so welcoming. It's so smiley. There's young and old all together. All kinds of people from all different walks of life with their joggers on.
Yep.
Can I say? Bike shorts if you're a woman. It seems to be some sort of unofficial uniform, which I wasn't wearing, I don't think. I can't remember.
Were you dressed prepared to do exercise?
I had joggers. I had no intention of running. I was always only ever going to walk this thing because I was like, if I drop him off, I may as well just do the circuit for myself. And I may as well experience what I've been told about for so many years. So I go, okay, so when basically I'm by myself. So I kind of go, how do I do this and not look like a loser? So I kind of join the tail end very quickly, get very annoyed that everyone's walking slowly in front of me.
Yep. You got to pick the right spot. That's your first mistake.
There were hundreds of people there and I was kind of near the end and I'm a fast walker. So I was like, this is annoying. So then at times during it, I started running and then you start, I don't know if I'm the only one that would do this, but you start running on like a straight and then you don't stop running until you get around a corner so the people can't see that you've stopped running.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is that a park run technique?
Yeah. For like, there's obviously the people who can run really well, but for the rest of us, absolutely. It's you pick your moments to run where you're like, I should run now while I can, while it's easy, while people can see me.
Get around the corner.
Get around the corner, judgment free.
Yeah. And
or did you do this one? Run, and then you see someone else who's clearly like been running and stop, and all you do is get just in front of them and then stop.
That's rude.
Because then you feel like, well, I got further than they did. And they're walking, so there's no judgment on me.
I'm sure there's all these things that park runners know that what you should and shouldn't do, the side of the path you should be on, how to the etiquette of it all. Anyway, so I intended to walk it, ended up running about a third of it because I was more just so annoyed at everyone going so slowly in front of me. The vibe was amazing. I kind of got it, guys. I got it.
She's in. We've hooked her.
I understand.
I'll send you your subscription fees. And
what was free. And that's the other
That's
thing
the
as
great
well.
thing, yeah.
I understand the appeal now. It was such beautiful community. Have I been back? No. I still value my sleep-ins on a Saturday too highly.
Yeah.
But I was like, the cult of parkrun makes a little more sense now.
Yeah. You could be there walking, like there's parents walking with prams. There's, kids. I mean, when you get overtaken by a kid, you feel a little bit of shame, but then you just remember they got heaps of energy.
I overtook some kids.
Nice.
That was a good feeling. They were
so
like,
proud.
They would have been about 12 or 13. So it's not that even, they weren't 4.
You weren't like pushing a 5-year-old into the bushes or something? Let me through! I'm going for a PB! It's my first one, so it's got to be a PB no matter what.
It's going to be good. We're talking today about how to hold a good, mature conversation. And can I just say, I think most of us, including myself, are doing it wrong. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and you're like, I just really want to tell you this, and immediately they come back with, well, let me tell you my story.
Yeah.
What do you feel like when that happens to you?
Yeah, I feel it depends on the situation, but if it's something where I've genuinely wanted to share a thing, it feels a bit like dismissed because it's now we're moving on from your thing to this other related thing. Yeah, and it's a flash in the pan. Your big news is a flash in the pan. So this is a common conversation. Okay, hey, my daughter's in a play this weekend, and then they'll say, oh yeah, my son used to do drama in middle school, but then he quit. Right. Okay, and then the conversation moves on. In some ways, perfectly functional conversation. Fine. That's a very normal conversation. Yeah.
But basically what's happening there is dual monologues. So two people are just monologuing, like they've got their own stories, they've got their own narrative that's going. We've both got our own stories and we're not really, bantering back and forth. We're not getting deeper into the conversation. It's just like, I tell my story, you tell your story, I tell my story, you tell your story. Catch you later. It doesn't feel deep to me.
Yeah. I've been finding myself a bit more guilty of this when I feel like I haven't seen people for a while.
Yes.
And I wonder if there's a part of it, like, so that we don't feel shame around it. I wonder if sometimes too, if it's like, this is my chance to like share what's been going on in my world because I haven't been able to tell anyone about it. Whereas when you feel a bit more comfortable and you just relax for a moment, you give other people the space and trust that you'll be able to have a chance to share your side too.
All right. If you've recognised, if you've gone, yeah, no, I do that. And I do that. I do monologue way too often. I've got stories to tell and that's just my go-to to keep a conversation going.
So did I just do that then? Like you've brought this stuff out and then I'm just coming in with my own. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot myself.
Everyone's like,
what a great example.
You do it all the time.
Sorry, well let me practice this then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can fix it tomorrow. Like you can fix it. You can fix it immediately, Aaron.
Yeah.
Like we can be good at this within the 5 minutes, okay?
Speaking of fixing it, the other day. No. Now how can I fix this?
Okay, if you've recognised this in yourself, this is what you need to do. Okay. Someone has said to you, okay, I'll say, my daughter is in a musical. And I'm going to see it on Saturday.
Now, immediately my brain is firing on all the ways that I can relate to that with my own things.
Which is good.
It's good, because that's things that will keep the conversation going.
You could say
Pause.
Zeffy's. You could say Zeffy also loves drama and I'm going to put him in drama classes when he's older.
Yeah.
Dual monologue. That's not what we're going for. Instead, you could do...
I could say, oh, really? What's the play?
Oh, well, it's Fiddler on the Roof. She's really excited about it.
Wow, does she have to learn to play the fiddle for that? I don't know where you're
Slipping
going
a
with that.
joke. But you see how he's asked me a follow-up question?
Yeah.
He's not jumped right to where he's talking about himself.
Not made it about me, yeah.
Not made it about you. However, there gets a point that you can then...
And can I say should? Because I've also been in
Should.
conversations
True.
where people keep asking me questions and I'm like, okay, like at some point now I want to actually hear from you for it to be a two-way.
So let's have this conversation. Okay. My daughter is in a play on the weekend.
Oh, what play?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, amazing. What part has she got in it?
I don't know. The fiddler?
Did she have to learn the fiddle for that?
No, she didn't have to learn the fiddle, but she's really excited about it.
Oh, amazing.
Then you'll reflect back what you've heard.
Yeah, sounds like she's really excited for that.
Yeah, no, she is. Oh, man. Side note.
Feeling good?
Side note to the audience. I feel really good about this conversation.
Soliloquy.
He has listened to me. He has told me, like, he has heard me and then reflected back what he said to me. Yeah, no, she is really excited about it. And, as a family, we're all really keen to go see it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ding! Time to tell your story.
Yeah, actually, my daughter has just started out in drama as well. She's in an alternate production.
Oh, what's she in?
She's in Fiddler in the Basement.
And how is she feeling about that basement?
She was wishing she was up on a roof.
Isn't it nice that we can converse and give stories, but also ask follow-up questions?
Yeah.
And we've had an adult, mature conversation.
And scene. Well, that's our show. Thanks for joining us this week.
You can check out more of the fun on socials. Look for 99.7 on Facebook or Rima Newcastle on Instagram. Check out more of Rima's podcasts at rimafm.com.au.